Today, we're looking at something pretty special. It's a platform that's not just another tool for teachers. No, it's designed to be a true partner, an AI partner. This is Atlearn.
So, let's just jump right in with a big question, one that every single educator out there knows the answer to deep down. What is your most valuable resource? The one you can't get more of?
You guessed it, it's time. It's the one thing that's always ticking away, right? It's the time you need for lesson prep, for actually being present in the classroom, and for having those crucial one-on-one moments with your students.
But here's the problem, isn't it? So much of that precious time gets eaten up by, well, everything except teaching. We're talking about endless content creation, all that admin stuff, and just trying to figure out if what you're teaching is actually sticking with your students.
Okay, so that's where Atlearn steps in. Think of it as this complete AI ecosystem, and its mission is actually pretty simple but really powerful: to give you your time back. And not just that, but to give you insights from real data that you've probably never had access to before.
So you're probably wondering, how does it actually do all that? Well, it's all built on three main ideas, these three pillars that work together. First, you've got Create, which lets you whip up entire courses in a flash. Then there's Analyze, which helps you see what's working in your classroom using actual data. And finally, Personalize, which is all about making sure every single student gets the support they need. All right, let's take a look at each one.
All right, first up is Create. You know how it is? You have a great idea for a lesson, but then you have to sit down and type it all out. Well, Atlearn is designed to let you create at the speed of thought. Seriously, this is about getting your weekends back. And the process couldn't be simpler. You just give it a prompt, a simple description of your topic. And from that one little prompt, the AI gets to work and builds, well, everything. We're talking modules, lessons, quizzes, even the homework assignments. And when it's done, you just launch it. It's ready to go and works with whatever learning platform you're already using. So easy. The impact of this is, well, it's huge. We're not just talking about making things a little bit easier. We're talking about a massive speed up, a 90% reduction in the time it takes to create content. I mean, just stop and think for a second. What would you do with all that extra time? Okay, that brings us to our second pillar, Analyze. Because once your amazing content is built, the next big question is it working? How do you really know? This is where Atlearn helps you shift from just guessing to actually knowing by looking at what's really happening in your classroom.
Think about a typical classroom. So much of it is based on gut feelings, right? You feel like the students were engaged. You think you asked some really thought-provoking questions. Atlearn takes all that guesswork and replaces it with cold, hard data. Instead of just a feeling, you get real numbers on how much your students are talking. Instead of wondering about your questions, you get a breakdown of exactly what kinds of questions you asked. Suddenly, your classroom becomes this goldmine of information you can actually use.
So here's a perfect example of what that looks like. Atlearn can actually analyze the audio from your lesson and show you a breakdown of your questioning style. Are you asking those big, open-ended questions that really make students think? Or are you maybe leaning a little too heavily on simple yes or no questions? Just seeing that data right in front of you can completely change how you approach teaching.
And all of this leads us to the third and, maybe the most important pillar of all. Because once you've saved all that time and you have these incredible new insights, what can you do? You can finally focus on each student as an individual. This is all about personalizing that learning journey for everyone.
I mean, listen to this quote from a student. It just says it all. When a student feels like someone gets them, like they're seen and supported, that's where the magic happens. That's real learning. And that's the whole point of Atlearn, to make every student feel like they have their own personal tutor who knows exactly what they need.
So how does it do that? Well, it's got a whole suite of tools just for students. There's an AI tutor that's on call 24/7, ready to answer questions. They get instant feedback on quizzes so they know right away where they need to focus. If a student gets stuck on a problem, the system gives them a helpful hint. Not the answer, but just a little nudge to get them thinking. And the whole thing is gamified with milestones and badges to keep them excited and moving forward on their own unique learning path.
So, okay, let's put it all together. You have Create, Analyze, and Personalize. When you combine all three, what do you get? What's the real result? Well, it all starts with giving you back your most valuable resource, more time to actually teach.
And with that time back in your hands, and with all these new insights, you can build much deeper connections with your students. You're not just guessing anymore. You really understand them in a whole new way.
And what that all leads to, the end goal,
is a learning experience where everyone feels empowered. The teacher becomes more of a mentor, a guide. And the student? The student becomes the confident driver of their own education. They're in control.
So, we'll leave you with this one thought to chew on. Imagine for a second, if you could get past all the busy work, if you could really see the impact you're having, and if you could give every single one of your students a personal guide, what could you achieve? What could education itself become, with a true AI partner right there with you?